Hello, everyone. Hi, Cal. Hi, Christian. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Paula. Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so it's 3:31. We're going to give a few minutes for people to join. Hi, Joshua. Okay, Ankur from India. Yeah, welcome everybody. I know it's late in India, so yeah, thank you for joining. Or I will say not early. It's not late, it's very early. Okay, we're just gonna give a few more minutes and we will get started soon here. Very, very late, says Ankur. So Kyle, what are you eating? That looks
Something very not healthy. Just little candy because I didn't eat a very big lunch.
okay.
Are we missing Nick?
I think we're missing Nick, yeah, but let's give him a few more minutes. Oh, Nick is okay. He says 1 minute. Okay. Oh, we probably need to allow him.
Oh, there he is. We need to make him a presenter. He'll do
Right.
that right now.
Okay. Yeah. Here he is. Hi, Nick. Can you hear us?
Nick, can you hear us? If you can hear us and you're responding, you're on mute.
Should we probably get started and then, yeah, we will catch up with Nick. Okay, so welcome everybody. Let me share my screen here. I'm gonna say long entire screen. And just 1 second here. I'm gonna put my presentation. So hi everybody and welcome back to the DataDev Tableau user group. I'm Paula Munoz and I'm a DataDev ambassador. So I'm very excited to be here as a co-host for this session. Today's a packed session. This is going to be really fun. Before I get into the agenda, I want to introduce the team. This is the team of leaders. As you can see in the screen, we have amazing community leaders in our group. Three of them are Tableau visionaries. We have Christian, Cal, and Marcelo, who are visionaries, as well as DataDev ambassadors. We have Jordan and myself, who are also DataDev ambassadors. So pretty amazing team. So what are we going to be talking about today? So first, we're going to give some announcements. For those of you that maybe are participating for the first time or just joining this session for the first time, I'm going to give a quick introduction of what DataDev Quest is all about. I'm also going to give a quick recap of Tableau conference. I hope you had the chance to attend in person, or maybe you watch some of the videos online in Salesforce Plus. If not, just gonna give a high level overview of what happened at TC, which was pretty awesome this year. Then I will pass it along to Christian, who is going to be showing the solutions for the BSQL data service challenges we had back in March. And then we will pass it along to Nick, who will be presenting the upcoming challenges. And last but not least, we are going to be talking about how you can join the DataDev community. So announcements, like save the date because the DataDev Day is coming. It's coming on June 12th. So just make sure that you register for the event. I have the QR code. This is an online event. It's a free event. It's going to be between 8 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. So make sure that you register, even though if you cannot attend the full length of the event. If you register, I think you can go back and watch the recordings. But yeah, if you have attended previous DataDev days, is pretty awesome because we're gonna have Tableau and Tableau community members giving different presentations about the different Tableau APIs, how they are using them, like different use cases. And today I saw the posting from Catherine. She said the agenda is ready. So they're going to be talking about the latest insights on Tableau 2025.2 version. That's going to be really nice. And then obviously they're going to talk about Agentforce AI and Tableau Next and everything within Tableau. So don't miss this event. We hope to see you there. Also, a couple of other DataDev related events. Some of them already passed, like for example, on May 19, we had Christian, Tristan, and Pablo attend the AI and Tableau user group event. So the recording is ready in the YouTube channel. So if you scan that QR code, you can just watch the event. And here I have it highlighted in yellow. You don't want to miss this event later tonight because we're going to have Cal and Will presenting BSQL and Chill, which was the presentation they did during the Tableau conference. So if you didn't have the chance to attend the conference, or if you attended the conference but didn't have a chance to attend this particular session, make sure you register for this Tableau user group and just hear from Kyle and Will. So by the way, I don't have the chat open. I don't know if you are saying anything, but like Kyle, feel free to, if maybe there are any questions or anything, feel free to interrupt me because I'm not watching Slack. So I don't know if I'll say anything in there.
I got you. I got my eyes on it.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, before we get into Data Dev Quest, I wanted to give a quick recap of what happened during the Tableau conference, which I think it was excellent this year. There was like great representation of data dev and also great representation of data dev ambassadors and visionaries. Borrowing this slide, like the top left section here from Christian and Nick, this is what they had in their presentation. And this is showing all the sessions related to data dev that were included during the conference. And the ones that are highlighted in yellow are the ones that were presented by either Tableau Data Dev ambassadors and Tableau visionaries. So it was pretty awesome to see great representation of data dev during the Tableau conference. We also had different community engagements. We had the Data Dev Tag meetup. We had a hackathon. Jordan presented the Data Dev Quest workshop, which was pretty awesome to also have our community event during the Tableau conference. And then we all know that the highlight of the Tableau conference is always devs on stage. And this year it didn't disappoint because I feel, and this is like my personal opinion, but I feel that yes, even though the conference was, the main focus was about agentic analytics, AI, Tableau Next, they also show how they are investing in the flagship products, like what we use every day: Tableau Desktop, Tableau Prep, Tableau Cloud, Tableau Server. They even mentioned Tableau Server is not going away, and the features that are going to be coming up are pretty awesome. So it showed how they are investing in Tableau, and like it was not like before that it was more like a Salesforce they put in. This year it felt like Tableau, like we are doing, and I have a slide on the different features that are going to be coming up, but it really felt how they are investing in Tableau. So that's pretty awesome. And also something they did this year, which was new towards the end of the Devs on Stage session, was the Devs on Stage Labs. And what they did was to showcase three kind of like experimental features. And I know a lot of community members work on those experimental features, and the Tableau engineers presented the solution, the features, and then they asked Tableau community, like people that were present in the room, to vote on which feature Tableau should prioritize and implement. And the one that won, or people voted the most, was the authoring extensions API. And this is going to allow for some like interactive authoring within Tableau Desktop. Like some of the demos they did related to this authoring extensions API was, for example, Tristan's the automatic layout, like the containers, like being able to automatically have the different layouts and containers within Tableau Desktop. They also show how you could easily or very quickly translate dashboards using this authoring extensions API. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. We will see when we're gonna be able to play around with that. But just the experience of having the community get engaged and vote on which features to implement, was nice, was perfect. Now, as far as the main takeaways from the conference, we all know they talk about agentic analytics and they introduced a new product, which is Tableau Next. And I'm pretty sure you have been hearing about that, so I'm not going to be talking much on this, but it has three preview agents with different capabilities. And Tableau Next, if you are confused by the terms, Tableau Next was previously known as Tableau Einstein. So it is the same. As far as the licensing, it is a separate product that is part of the Tableau Plus package. So I know all these names sometimes could be confusing. So just pointing this out there. And what I mentioned before about the features that are going to be coming up, here are just some of them. You can read the blog, which has the list of all the upcoming features, but some of them are the rounded corners, custom color palettes. Tableau Prep is also going to have some enhancements like being able to output to Google Drive. This one is really good, like be able to select if it's going to be doing in database processing or in memory processing. Also being able to write the custom Python scripts in Tableau Prep on cloud. Before you could only do it in the desktop version. That's great. Tableau Cloud and Server are also getting enhancements. For example, we will have a new view for the admin insights. Like this is more about like the interactions, like understanding what people are actually doing with the dashboards, like filtering and exporting, things like that. We have the DBT Connect. We're going to have the DBT connector to Tableau Cloud. So really, really good features. Not only that, but also something I wanted to mention that they highlighted during the True to Core session um, was the community idea is changed. They revamped the community idea is changed, and they highlighted that during this revamp process, they have already, or at least in 2024, they have already addressed at least or over 150 ideas that were in there. So again, this Tableau conference show the commitment they have to the product, and it was just awesome. I really like it. Cal, did you have any I don't know, do you want to share anything about the conference, anything that you liked, or how you felt about it?
Well, I think you did a fantastic job summing it up, honestly. But yeah, I think to kind of piggyback off of one of the earlier slides, like our presence as data devs at TC is just growing year after year after year, and it feels really good to see that what we do is playing a bigger role at conference, and that people are seeing it and appreciating it and giving us time to get up on stage and share what we're passionate about. So that was really great. And yeah, I think I said in the chat, if you didn't see Devs on Stage and haven't seen the preview of the authoring extensions API, definitely go back and watch it. I think
Yeah.
there's several times during the demo when you can hear people in the crowd yell, "Holy shit!" Yeah, I won't say on the recording, but it's mind blowing. So that would be my biggest thing to go back and rewatch from TC.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, thank you, Cal, for sharing.
Mhm.
I don't know, Christian or Nick, if you are able to, unmute. Do you have any thoughts about the conference that you want to share?
Yes, Paula, you summarized everything. I think that something that is important is compared with the previous TCs, you can see that DataDev is growing a lot. We have another session with Kyle in the last year, and we have the same slide. I can say that is the half or something like that. Then DataDev is growing, and with the AI stuff that is coming, is going to grow more. Then you are in the right spot. this is a good place to begin to know how the basically the Tableau developer tools work, and you can do amazing stuff here. And maybe you are going to present the next year.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. So, yeah. So before we get into the challenges, because I know there may be people new to the program, to the initiative that may be, is not very familiar on what DataDev Quest is all about. So DataDev Quest is a community project that, was created by us. And the goal of this project is to have people like learn, explore, and just experiment with the different Tableau APIs, like the REST API, Hyper API, like all the different Tableau APIs and data dev tools. And I think what is a differentiator from our project is that we are trying to create real use cases. So things that you can hopefully go back and replicate at work and implement at work. Is not like we are just creating these challenges like, oh, this is how the REST API works, but actually putting together some use cases. So let me just exit of this screen and let me go here to the website. I want to show you how you can participate in the challenges. So we have this website that is called datadevquest.com. And once you go into the website, you are going to see the different challenges. So we are posting 2 challenges per month or every 2 months, depending on how available we are. And one is going to be a beginner challenge, and the other one is a bit more advanced. It's going to be intermediate. So I'm just going to scroll here down because for example, in February, we had Cal present, or he had 2 challenges. One was the beginner, one was the intermediate. And in here, we have some tags showing what is the developer tool or the API that is going to be used in that challenge. In this case, it was the REST API, TSC. If you click on the actual challenge, and this is going to be very similar for all the challenges, you will see the overview, where are the learning goals, and something I wanted to highlight was the submission guidelines. So this is what we are asking the participants to do. Like just very important to publish your code in your GitHub profile. Make sure that you have a nice README with the instructions that you kind of explain what you are doing. When you are solving your challenge, make sure that you comment your code. And we also suggest that you record a short video showing the solution. Like depending on the challenge, it's not, it's not that obligatory, it's not mandatory that you have to do it, but it's just easier when we are reviewing the challenges to maybe see what you did and if it's actually solving the challenge or not. And very important, please fill out the form. So I'm just gonna open up the form here. Just fill it out because we are hoping to track who is completing the challenges. And hopefully at some point we will have a dashboard displaying people that are participating in the challenges, and we want to see these numbers grow over time. So if I go back to my slides, I wanted to highlight this Slack channel. It is the DataDev Quest challenges. here is where you can reach out to us when you are trying to solve the challenges. If you have any questions, kind of stuck, need a hint or something, feel free to reach out through a Slack. And yeah, because we really want you to succeed and try the challenges. And yeah, so I think that's enough from me talking. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Christian, who is going to be presenting the solutions for the BSQL data service challenges that he posted back in March. So
Thank you,
Christian,
Paula.
take it over.
Thank you for that. Can you give me the permission to share a screen? I have an issue that is
Um,
not showing me.
Let me see. One
Or
second. Let me
maybe you need
stop.
to stop
Stop
yours
here.
first. And
Yeah, it just stopped
yes,
here on my end.
thank you for that. Okay, can you see my desktop?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, first, thank you for coming. The topic that I put in the challenge for March was around BDS or BSQL data services or headless BI. Then we have two as normal. One is a beginner one and another one is an intermediate one. For the beginner, you need to follow these steps. You, as Paula said, you have information about the goals, information about how to connect and know more about this and getting started, like a beginning to do a step by step, and then following the instruction, you can reproduce something. Then in this case, BDS, we are going to work with Tableau Online Plus, that is the sandbox, and you can get your own sandbox um, using the DataDev portal. Then the idea here is that for BDS, we are going to use um, Superstores, the full sample. What is going to get it is basically in home, you go to explores, in explores, you go to samples, and in samples is the superstore data source. The second part that we need here is the ID. The ID from the superstores is not the ID that is in the URL, is basically the LOAD, that is this one that is here. This one is the ID that you will need it basically to any REST API call or SQL call. Any API call in general, use that. The second part that you will need is a path that is a personal access token. The way how to get it is you go to the corner. In the corner, you go to the settings. In settings, you scroll down in the tab settings, and here you will get personal access token. If you don't see this part, and basically the last part is you put the name here and then create the token, and then you will get the token plus the, let me show you. If I put one that is called test here, and I create a token, then you will get the secret, and we need the secret and the token name. Then, as I say, if this is not showing to you, basically that you need to do is go to settings and here search personal access token, and you need to enable because by default is disabled. Then from that, you will continue following the steps and you can basically do the BSQL query. Then the BSQL query we are going to use today, Postman. Postman is a really great tool to test APIs. And what we are trying to do is reproduce this. That is basically a simple visualization or table using the Superstore data source that have the list of regions, is filtered by a specific category, is furniture and technology only without the office supplies, and is showing the sales. Then this is basically the basic uh, beginner, sorry, the beginner challenge. Then how we can do it. The first part that you need is create a REST API sign-in solution. Then how you do it is you can create a folder here and you right click and create post. Then in this post, what you're going to do is in the headers, you need to be sure that you have a SEP JSON applications and content type is application JSON. And a part of that, in the body, you send the credentials and say, hey, which one is the token name? That is the one that we define in the settings for the path, and which one is the secret. Then also you need the site. For the site, basically you go to the site and here you will get this part and this part. Both you will need it. The name of the site is the one that is after the site slash, and that is here. And the last part that you will need is that here you will put the address for this site. That is basically this part. A slash and the API, the version of the API, and the out sign in. This is really REST API. Normal is not VDS yet, but we will need it because after that, if I send this click, it's going to give me basically a token. That is a session that allow us to connect and run another queries. Then taking basically, if you run this, is going to generate this session, and with this session, you can use it in the next one. Then the next one that we are going to do is create a, a connection. Then this one that is here is simple, and that is doing is basically only showing the regions, sales, and nothing else. Basically, the sales by region. But the challenge that we want to do is add a filter. Then how can we do add the filter here? Basically, the way how to do it is you go to the same query that we created is create a open bracket that say data source. You select the data source, but as I show you coming back to remember how you get it is in explore, in this case samples, superstore data sort, and then click here and then LOED, and then you get the ID. Then the next one is option true. This one is important because without this, you don't get the error message to know what is the problem if you have a mistake in the query. Query, that is basically everything that you're going to launch to the API. And then two parts. One is the fields, that is the part that you want to return. In this case, I want regions and sales. And the sales is a function that is soon. The region is basically the dimension that is going to show me. And a part of that, I want filter the data by category. And in the category, I pass which one are the two values that return. And in this case, exclude is false because is that I want to represent is basically this filter that is only furniture and technology. Then running this, I get this information. The numbers that is here versus the numbers that is in the post is a little different. I noticed that was updated and changed the values, but I'm going to update the photo, and I'm going to, but basically that I want is that returning this. And the last part of the challenge, this part, is that if you notice is in some specific order here, that is by region. Then how we can do that part? That part is in the fields when we are listing and say I want regions and I want sales. Basically, we add this line that say which one is the priority of the sort, and then this works as basically as a SQL that you say sort by, and then begin to give you a list of which one are the columns that you want to sort. And also you can add a direction of the sort that say sort for example, descending on ascending. The default is ascending. Then that is why I didn't put it here. But that is doing is saying I want to sort by region, and this one is the first priority the sort. If I have more dimensions, I can put sort 2, sort 3, sort 5, and then it's going to order in as the second column, third column that I use for the sorting. And with that, we have the solution for the first challenge. Or all of these, I'm going to put it after the maybe tonight. I'm going to add it to the challenge, and then you can see it in detail after that. Then that is the idea of this challenge. The second challenge, um, the rest is the same. If you follow all the steps, you are getting basically the same information that is in the first challenge. But for the second challenge, that I want to show you is how you can create a complex filter, a more complex filter that is first look that this one is gray, and every person that knows Tableau knows that the gray means that is a context. Then I want to filter region by also the context, and in this case is filtering east and west only, and the subcategory is filtered by the top 10. How I know it? Because if I count the number of register is giving me 10 only. Then um, the that I want to replicate is basically this. As I say, some of the values changed, and I am going to update the photos. But basically, to recap, the first part is that this is added to the context. You saw it, right? Because if not, it's going to say add instead of remove, and it's gray. And the second is that this filter has in the top say, hey, I want the top 10 of the sum. Then the solution that I propose for this case is basically this one that is here, that is similar to the previous one. Again, you pass which one is the data source, which one is the if the book or not, and the query. And for the query, you give the fields. In this case, I want region, I want subcategory, and I want sales, and the sales by sum. And in this case, I am adding that also give me the sorting by the cells, and the direction is descending. For the filter, that is basically the challenge that I want to show. You can how that works is that you need to pass two filters. If you know that this is a block for one filter, this is a block for the second filter. The order, I think that doesn't matter, but I normally put the first the top and then the context. Then in this case, that I'm taking is the subcategory, and I'm saying, hey, the filter type is top 10, and I want to do it by sales sum, and the direction is top. And for the context is saying by region, I want to create a set, and the set, the only values possible that I want is east and west, and I want to apply context equal true. Then when I run this, give me the list that I want, and then I have all the data here. Then that is the general solution, but I was talking with a friend, a really nice person that I want to mention today. I'm not sure if I pronounce well, sorry about that, because only connect by chat. Then Li Liu created an amazing solution that was more advanced than the solution that I proposed. Then I want to show you what he did. Basically, a part of this, he was taking in consideration the grand total. That at the beginning I added in the picture, but I was not my focus. My focus was apply the filters, because the challenge to me was, hey, how to do the filters, right? But he was thinking about the grand total and also the order of this grand total. His solution is really nice, and then you can get it in this page of the GitHub that I am going to put it again in the blog as something that you can follow. Then in his solution, basically he created a calculated field that is fixed value to get the total, basically to get the total sales. And that is kind of the same that Tableau is doing internally for get this grand total. But in his case, that he did was create an additional field that is fixed by subcategory and give me the sum of the total. And a part of that, he used the same logic to apply to the filter, and the rest is kind of the same of my solution. But the another part that is important is that he used it for the sorting. Then here at the sorting and the sorting direction, and also added the max decimal places. Again, was not my intention to when I did the challenge, but it's really cool that he did it. Then this solution is really great, and and you can follow too. Another page that is important to you have it in case that you want to learn more about this. Is in both are in the internally in the page for the challenges, but I want to recap. Is one is the BSQL data service API reference. In this one, you get basically all of the documentation about how come you get the connection, the filter, anything. And the second one is a Postman connection that basically you can get a lot of samples using the Postman data services. And that is my part. Thank you. Thank you for that. Then we can continue with Nick solution, the new one.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Christian. That was great.
I don't know if it's question before go to Nick or how do
No,
you want to have
everybody.
it?
So we actually have Lilu in the attendance. So he was saying that thanks, Christian, for sharing his solution. So
And it's
yes,
really great. It's
yeah,
really great. I
great.
love it.
Great job, Lee. Yeah, thank you so much for participating and for sharing. Does anyone have any question for Christian about the, BSQL or the challenges? Okay, Joshua, thanks, Christian. Your detailed solution is very helpful. Great challenge. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and Christian challenges. I really like that he is explaining, like, before you go get into the challenge, like he's explaining step by step. He's giving you a guide how to go through, so you are not kind of lost. Like, here is the challenge. You actually have like a starter, and I think we are doing it in the other challenges as well. But yeah, go back if you didn't have a chance to participate in the challenge. Go back and try it out. Okay, so next is Nick. So Nick, you have the word.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm so glad to be here. I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of friends at TC, new friends here at the DataDev Quest challenges, and I'm pretty happy. So, first things first, I need to thank you, Marcelo Haas, for all support to submit my challenge in this site. Chris, Paula, Kyle, for all the some side support for all of these things. So I am so glad to be here. And I will share my challenge today. I will share my screen right now. Let me, okay. Are you seeing my screen? It's okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
It's like duplicating. Yeah.
so guys, my challenge today is about Hyper API. So I submitted two challenges here. So all of descriptions, the objectives, the whys, all the learning goals. So all the presentation and all the data set is here in my GitHub. So you can see a lot of these two tables. So explaining the in detail what is your mission with this challenge. I will try to draw here. I did the same thing in the last Tableau user group in Brazil, explaining the VDS for the people. So I will try to do the same thing here. So Hyper API. So let me Let me turn on my desk here. So Hyper API, it's a really good thing that we have in our DataDev stuff in Tableau. So the main objective here, so we have a data source in the simplest way in a Excel or data frame. We need to change this format in the hyper format. So here we have here we'll change for the hyper. The tools that we will use to change this, we will use that Hyper API in the part of is more control to take over all of your actions in these parts in a advanced part. And the second, Penta, is like a pandas plus Tableau. Thank you. We wait. The master behind the Pentab. Okay. So the first challenge we will have this format, one table in Excel. We need to change this format to a hyper, simplest, the beginner, one table, to hyper, and the second challenge, the intermediate, we'll have a little hard stuff here. We will have two Excel, we need to combine to one hyper. Nick, I need to see that. So I will open here. I have these two sources. I minimized this source to be have more performance in your code. So we have a limitation of the lines here. So we have this first table and the second table here. And when we open the Tableau, we can use, for example, in the first, the Pentab hyper is the same table. I will open here. The order list. So it's the same structure, the same quantity of the lines here. So it's the same. The only thing that we are doing here is the code. Okay, changing this format of Excel or data frame to Hyper. Okay, so it's the explanation. We have the documentation for Hyper API, the way that we have more control, and the second way using PanTab. A little thing here, a little detail that will help you a lot in your challenge here. PanTab, it's a easy way to transform this file. Because of that, we need to thank you, we wait a lot, because it's a simpler way for him to create that. So, and we have a example here. Let me show you. It's about the time, execution time. So another detail that I am explaining in my challenge. Let me see here. It's that you can use the time lib to compare the performance for Tableau Hyper API and PenTab. It's a very good way to understand the difference. Okay, so it's that. It's that. Any considerations here? Chris, Kyle, Marcelo, Paula, are you engaged to that?
Yes, give me a
Yeah,
second.
sounds great.
Yeah, looks great. Yeah, thank you, Nick, so much.
Can I share something? Can you see my? Let me check if I can disconnect this one. Okay. About the topic that Nick comes, I recommend this book. If you are new with Python, the person that is here, Will, is basically or the creator and the person who is keeping that PanTab exists. Then all the information around PanTab basically was created by him. He is a core developer in Pandas, and in this book you will get a lot of information that is more advanced that is in a tutorials or question to ChatGPT. Then I really recommend to read it or have it if you can. It's a really good book. It's only that.
So thank you very much for that, Chris. So uh, in my opinion, the Hyper API is good because we are seeing a lot of technologies besides Tableau, like for example, Databricks, Snowflake. So it's a good way to introduce the Hyper API to automate your whole pipeline of data. So it's like a good click that you can introduce in your business right now. So you can, oh my God, we can automate the publishing data. So directly for our Tableau Cloud, right? Is a good way to understand this possibility. So in a future challenge or future, you can pick this Hyper API and automate the publishing directly for the Tableau Cloud using the REST API. Is not the main objective for this challenge. The challenge is only converting the Excel to Hyper API. But see, we have a lot of possibilities using the Hyper API, using REST API, using Document API. So it's just the beginning for your incredible journey using the DataDev tools, using AI, using Tableau Cloud, using VGS, like a open sea about that. Okay, so it's a good challenge. I am so glad to know the Hyper API, know PenTab. You'll reduce a lot of time in your work.
It is. And Nick, I have an example in a real life about what you are saying. For example, in one time in my life, I have this situation of I am working with a telecom. In a telecom, have really big tables, like a 100 million rows in one single table, And basically, you have the problem that if you keep Tableau refreshing, it's going to take a lot of time. And if you did the incremental and you change the table, also is need to force it to create a full refresh again, and it's going to take a lot of time. Then with Hyper API, you can create a parallel refresh of run many hyper files at the same time, taking, for example, by a specific day, for example, or you can. That I did in that time is that I have 30 days, 28 days, sorry, and then I created 28 buckets, run it files, and then because it's running in parallel, is going to run faster that the normal refresh of Tableau, and then with that I can join it again, and then publish it in the server, as you say, and it's a lot faster and it's controlled by the ETL process, not only the refresh part. Then is something that you can do. Is with this challenge that Nick is doing, the next steps is only imagine what you can do. Is the basic part is Nick is giving that in the challenge.
That's awesome. Yeah, totally agree. Yes, as I mentioned at the beginning, like the goal of our challenges is that you can practice and then hopefully learn something that you can go back and apply that, enhance it and apply that at work. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I think we are wrapping up here. I just have the last slide. Let me just share my.
There is no questions about Nick in the chat.
No, people are saying thank you so much, Nick. The challenge looks fun. So thank you. People are yeah, looking forward to work on that. Lee is saying that he's gonna start working on that this week. Marcel is already installing the library. So yeah, love to see that people are getting engaged. Joshua also is interested and yeah, really looking
By
forward
the
to.
way, something that I want to recap is that
Mhm.
Nick is the first person that is creating a challenge that is different from the founders of
Yes.
Data Quest. Then means that you can do it also. If you are seeing right now this, and I don't know, you are expert in this extension, and then you want to create your own challenge, then you have the opportunity. Or if you want to recap something in REST API, but going in a different direction, is a lot that you can do with REST API. Then you can create this challenge. Then if you have an idea about that, only you can connect with us by linking and or by the channel that Paula showed in the presentation, and then from there you maybe are the next one who is presenting the next challenge.
Yeah, maybe Lee. Maybe we hear from Lee Lu. He comes up. No, just kidding. But yeah, everybody's welcome. Yeah, if you have any ideas, feel free to reach out. Lilu, I need to hear more.
No more than all of us here soon.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch out.
So I just wanted to share my screen one more time here, just to talk about the community again. So how you can connect with us with the whole like Tableau Data Dev community. There is a Slack channel. Here we have the QR code. So if you are not in Slack, please join us in Slack. This is a great community. There are different channels for the different APIs. So if you have specific questions about an API, yeah, just go there. And yeah, here is the list of the different ambassadors and also visionaries this year. We have Anya, who is a legend. I think we have this target from here. I'm an art historian turned into data dev. She's really awesome. So, yes, team, this is what we had for today. Thank you so much for joining. We hope that you are enjoying these challenges. and we hope to receive more participations. Feel free to reach out. I just want to share one more time the yes, no, not this one, DataDev quest, the channel, the Slack channel is specifically for this DataDev quest. So if you have questions about the challenges, this is the channel that you want to go to and reach out. Okay, so that's all I had for today. Cal or anyone?
No, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Paula, for running the ship today. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Don't forget to register to DataDev Day.
DataDev
It's coming
Day, June
soon. If
12th.
you forget it, because it's in June. And after that, maybe we have a second presentation with Nick and Anya. It's a surprise.
Yeah.
And if you're not busy in 90 minutes, the Data Fam Tableau user, the Data Fam Tableau user group, I will be presenting BizQL and Chill. So if you've got nothing to do, there's more TUG events today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Related
you
with
want to
BDS.
continue learning about, exactly, BizQL data services, just go to Cal's presentation. See you in 90 minutes. People are already saying so.
Thanks, Mark.
I will be there.
I'll be there too, so yeah. Okay.
I saw it in the TC and it's really cool. It's amazing what Kyle and will do.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday or Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.